Today, I'm doing one of those jobs that we all love so much, which is to replace a part that I put on that is new, that has now failed. And I'll show you what we're doing. And this is because I had gasoline coming down over here, leaking out of the tank. New tank. I actually sealed the tank on the inside. So it's not the tank. It's this valve. And let me see if I can show you. It's kind of hard. It's that valve right there. And that is part of the smog. So there's a line that comes out of the tank, right up there, and it goes through this check valve, and then it runs down where, over here, somewhere on the frame. It comes down right here, and it connects to this hard line right here. And then it runs all the way to the front, and it goes through this charcoal canister up behind the front wheel. And then it goes up to the carb. And so it's basically, it's taking fumes from the tank, because this is 1971. And you're supposed to use a non-vented cap. Although I think, hang on. I think I have a vented cap on here anyway. Let me see. Yeah. It says vented. So I got both. I don't need the vented cap, but what I do need is to replace that check valve. The check valve, I can show you a picture. I'm going to try to pull it off though, because it's leaking. So the check valve is this valve. It's about that big. You saw it. And it's got a little ball in it. And if gasoline gets into the valve body, then the little ball will float up, and it will plug that upper line so that liquid gas, or gasoline, does not go into that line and go up to the front and ruin the canister. And I don't think we can see the canister from here. I don't know. I don't think it's super important that we see it right now, but it's like right in here somewhere. I'm not gonna try to get in there and show you. You can look it up. But the point is, the check valve body is plastic, and it's kind of garbage, although it costs $50. So I'm not happy right now. It's really hard to get to. I actually installed the check valve on the tank before I put the tank in, because it's so hard to get up there after the tank is in. And on my car, well, not only is the tank pretty full right now, that's why one reason the gas is getting up in there, but it's a pain in the butt to get the tank in and out with my mufflers here. As you can see, the mufflers are kind of in the way of pulling the tank out. Sorry about the video. They're in the way, and on my car, this is all welded. Everything's welded all the way up to the ram's horn headers. It's all welded, so I cannot easily pull it out. All I could do is unhook this right here and sort of push this out, which is not ideal, because then I'm putting stress on it. So I'm going to try to leave this in here. Fortunately, there is kind of some access right here. I can reach up pretty easily. And then also, I guess that's it. I can't really reach behind. Can kind of almost reach up here, but I think the way to get to it is right through here. Maybe I'll just take this off too, so that's not even doing anything right now. This ground, that's for the antenna, which I have not hooked up yet. Anyway, I'm gonna try to undo it. First, I've got to undo the hoses, and then I'll see if I can get that valve off. That's the first step. All right, let's do it, and I'll be back. Got it. So there it is, and there's a leak. Nice, right? That's kind of a bad design. It should be more of a one-piece body on the bottom, but I probably damaged that putting it in. It probably scraped like along this edge. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look super mangled, so I don't. I don't know what happened, but that is the leak right there. I used these screws, and I recommend, if you're going to put this thing in, either use a nut type head, you know, or use a Phillips, because it's easier to, because you got to reach in there pretty much blind. I used this little shorty screwdriver, and this was helpful. I feel like I could probably reinstall it also. And these screws have to be short. But anyway, that's what I use. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm tempted to try to fix this, but then I think that's not a good idea. I hate to have to buy a new one for $50, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to. I could delete it. You know, I could plug the line that feeds this. I could just plug it. But that's not the way the car was designed to work. And then I have fumes, you know. I'd rather have the fumes going through the front canister, the charcoal canister. So I think that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'll just order a new one. In the meantime, I do need to plug the line off. I'll see if I can show you, although you already saw it, but let me see if I can get a better view of the situation up there. So that's the mount. And let me get the lines. That's the line from the tank. So you could plug that off right there if you want. I could be wrong, but I think it's 70 to 72s have this thing. 68, 69, I think it's just a vented cap. And then I could be wrong, but this is like one of the first years where they started doing smog stuff, right? Either 70 or 71, but 71 definitely, and then up. So this is the culprit right here, and unfortunately these are just going up and up and up in price. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll order a new one. I'm not going to try to fix this. I don't think that's a good idea. And I don't know the part number, but let me see if I can show you. So this says Rochester Products, made in USA. This is a replacement. It says GM on it. Right there. Can you guys see? So I'm just going to order another one, spend another... at this point, I bought this a couple years ago. This is new. I bought this a couple years ago, and I think it was 45 or something, but now with inflation, it's like 50 plus another shipping. So, you know, $60. Down the tubes. Anyway, I lied, guys. I went online and I started looking at these, and I was going to buy one from a local place. And I had it in my basket and everything. And then they gave me a promo code because I signed up for email marketing, and then the code didn't work. And then I got pissed. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try to fix this. And so I'll tell you what I did. And I'm going to test it, of course, before I install it. But I just thought, well, I'll just try to fix it. I mean, maybe I can fix it. So what I did is I took some gasket sealant. I don't know if you can see in here. I jammed it down in that little crack because that was the spot. So I jammed some sealer in there. And then I put this piece of metal tape over it, really tight. Cleaned it all up. Put this piece of tape to hold it. It's been sitting out in the sun, so you can see the sealer. I went all around the bottom with some sealer because the thing is, this is not under pressure, right? It's just if the gas gets in here, there's no pressure. There's literally no, like, it's not pressurized at all. So it just needs to not leak. But it's not under pressure, and I'm thinking if I could fix it by, so I did. I put the gasket sealer in there. I taped it over. It's been sitting out here for an hour and a half in the sun, just kind of drying up. I'm going to test it with a little bit of air pressure right now, and if it holds, I'm going to stick it back in there and see if it works. It's not that hard to get in and out. It took me 20 minutes. So if it fails, it fails. I'll order the part, but I just thought I'd show you guys what I have done so far. I'm going to let you know if it works. All right? Good deal? All right? We'll be back. Okay, gang. It's 2 days later. I just took the car around the block, and I was whipping it all around. I was trying to get the gas to spill out or find its way out of the tank, and the good news is nothing. Dry as a bone. I just reached up there, checked the little valve. Nothing. It's dry. So that was a success. Let me let me conclude this video with a piece of advice though, and I did get something wrong. It's okay, I can redo it if I have to, but when I fixed the valve, when I repaired the valve, I said I used RTV, right? Black RTV. Mistake. Then I looked up, of course, after I did it, when am I going to get the order right? Look it up before, not after you do the job. But anyway, I looked it up and it said RTV should not be used where it's going to have direct contact with gas. So what they say to use, and I have some and I didn't use it, so I have no excuse, but they say use JB Weld or some other, gas appropriate, fuel appropriate adhesive. I don't think it's going to leak much at all. If it does start to leak eventually because of exposure to gasoline, I can fix it again the right way, but I'm kind of stoked that I was able to just fix the little crack. That's done. I didn't have to spend $60 buying a part that I just bought. And I hope this helps some of you guys out there. So if you do have a crack in yours and you want to fix it, I'm not saying you should, but if you do that, don't use RTV. Use something that's good for gasoline. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope this is helpful. See you guys later.